I mean, inflation was running at 10%. He had kept interest rates at 8%. And the finance minister was pressuring him. Didn't you tell him, don't make a statement like walk alone?
I think we should recognize the governor's...
We're getting to the region of privileged conversation.
Yeah.
But I think I won't answer that because the conversation I had with the finance minister both before and after that statement should remain privileged.
So, I didn't get you. The statement, the conversation...
I had a conversation with the finance minister both before and after he made the statement, but I won't reveal what I said.
Okay, I think you have revealed a lot, sir.
D Subbarao, no, enough has been spoken about the tussle between ministry and all. But I'm just asking you, could this be one of the reasons why, or is it historical thing? Because repeatedly you spoke about your hotline with Prime Minister. Now, Reserve Bank of India, by constitution, by its act, is answerable to Parliament through Finance Ministry. But you have, in every occasion before every monetary policy, you met PM first and then Finance Minister. You were appointed by PM. Your second term also came from PMO, not from Finance Ministry. Now imagine a situation in Reserve Bank of India. There's a deputy governor in charge of monetary policy. Now if the ED in charge of monetary policy has a hotline with the governor and deputy governor is bypassed or just kept informed, how would this gentleman react? So if I were the Finance Minister, probably I would have also not taken it well that the RBI governor, instead of discussing with me, why does he go to PM? Could that be one of the reasons for this tussle?
No, I don't think so. I think you're reading too much into it. Okay. Because governors before me have met the Prime Minister. I've met the Prime Minister. I've, given my nature, I've perhaps made it more systematic. Because Prime Minister Manmohan Singh told me that, you do come and see me. And I said, okay, if I have to go and see him periodically, it might be a good point to see that every quarterly policy I go and see him. Not necessarily the case that I saw him first and then the finance minister. In fact, I also wrote in the book that every time the Prime Minister would ask, have you settled with the finance minister?
Yes.
So it's not as if he was trying to establish a channel with me by passing the finance minister. He actually made sure that I was following the right channels. Okay. So I think reading some conspiracy theories into that, I think, is a bit what is actually a happenstance. Is too much. Yeah.
Actually, Dr. Subbarao, a diametrically opposite question. It's the Prime Minister who comes out looking like the good guy. There are three instances where you have referred to Dr. Manmohan Singh. One, when after you took over, it was the immediate aftermath of the Lehman crisis. I'm sorry, I'm not able to point to the page. But they were all the ministers, all of them using the crisis to make the Reserve Bank give some sop or the other. Some dispensation or the other, and you, gently kept all of them aside and stood your ground. And the Prime Minister patted your back, almost as if to say that you have done a great job. And secondly, he was rooting for your reappointment, and it almost, why almost? It came from him before it came from the Finance Ministry. And finally, even when he bid you goodbye, he repeatedly told you that he wants you to, or he would oblige if you wanted any other position in the government. Was he a major factor in creating a thaw between an otherwise tumultuous relation with the Finance Ministry? He simply understood the Reserve Bank better?
He did understand the Reserve Bank, but he also understood the government, and he had his own political compulsions, like I write about some of them also. For example, about the Reserve Bank commenting on fiscal deficit. He was clearly uncomfortable with the Reserve Bank commenting on that. So the intention was not to make some people heroes of the book, some people villains of the book. I think Mr. Chidambaram would have said that it's the media, which is projecting some people as villains and some as heroes.
My question was not to make him a hero. My question simply was, did he intervene to
No, I don't think he went that far. Sorry, my apologies for that. But no, I don't think it came to any situation where he had to actually intervene to resolve differences or whatever. He did not act. I don't think he was activist in that sense of resolving differences between the Reserve Bank and the Finance Ministry.
Looking back, I think the smoothest relation between the Reserve Bank and the finance ministry. And this is, of course, because the previous governor did not write his book. But it looks like the most peaceful relation was when Manmohan Singh was finance minister and Rangarajan was governor, probably because the finance minister was a former RBI governor. So is that the recipe for peaceful relation, that the finance minister should be a former governor?
Or the governor should become the finance minister.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a separate question, but before that, just curiosity, did Chidambaram read the book before it gone to print?
Oh yes, most certainly. Thanks for asking that question. You know, some media have quoted me as saying that Mr. Chidambaram gave the endorsement, very magnanimous, of course, even before he read the book. That's completely wrong, and perhaps I miscommunicated or the media misquoted me. I requested him whether he would write an endorsement. He very readily agreed. And then he said, ask your publishers to send a draft to me. They sent the draft, and then after reading the draft, he gave the endorsement.
Okay. Now the question, you ended the book with the 4 challenges before Reserve Bank of India. And I'll just pick up one challenge when you spoke about more transparency and accountability. Now you...
Okay, well, that's a very intriguing conversation, but we're going to get back to it in just a bit because